Good morning, my friends. Happy Thursday. It is beautiful outside, so I hope as part of your day, you're planning some outdoor activity. Don't forget your bug spray and your sunscreen. All right, let's find out what's going on today. May 21st, 2020. Dear friends, today is Thursday. It is sunny outside. Do you know the name of the bird that is a symbol of the United States of America? Love, Mrs. Jones. So there's the whole name of our country. Some of you sent me a message letting me know that you knew we were called the United States of America. How many states make up our country? 50 states. And we learned that from the stars that are on the flag. 50 states. There's a bird that's associated with the United States of America. Many years ago, when they were choosing another symbol, they chose a specific bird. And it wasn't everybody's first choice. So I'm curious if you can find out the name of the bird and maybe what other bird someone else was thinking of might be a good one to represent our country. And if we're thinking about birds, is this bird oviparous? So you can add that into your thinking today as you're learning about another national symbol, the bird that symbolizes our country. All right, I'm going to put Bernard down just so both my hands are free. And we're going to start with our capitals. Capital M, capital D, capital F, capital T, capital I, capital D. That isn't one we see very often in our message, that question, do. Capital U, capital S, capital A, capital L, capital M, capital J. So we have that proper noun, United States of America. That's why those are capital. Ending marks. We start at the top and we search, going across, period, period, all the way, oh my word. You see how long that was? 3 lines. Then we get to our question. Nicely done. Digraphs today. Well, we know it's a thrilling Thursday, so we know we've got one right there. My question word today was do, so there was not a digraph, and I do not see a digraph in the name of our country. Let's count some syllables. Let's do states. States. 1. America. A-me-re-ka. 4 in America. And let's do bird. Bird. Just 1. I don't see any magic E's. Yep, right here I do. So sometimes I should check it before I talk about it, huh? Here's a magic E. Powering up that I. Outside. 2 words together to make a word. Outside. I'd. The E, powering up that I there. Outside. Now I'm going to see. Yep, I've got another one. Magic E. Powering up the A. Name. A. It's not noun, it's name. Long A. United. Believe it or not, there would be an E if it was just unite, and that E would power up that I. Same with states. We take the S off, we have state, stay, A. That E powering up the A to say A. All right, and you know I never point this one out, but in Jones, the E powers up the O to say O. I always forget about that one, I think because I use my name every day. So we had lots of fun today looking for a digraph and then finding those magic E's to power up those vowels to make them the long sound. We're going to add a 1 for our counting today. So we know 1 group of 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 10, and now we have 2 ones left over. So it would be 162. If there were 19 days left yesterday, that means today is 1 smaller than 19. 19, 18. 18 days left, and we check our math. 2 plus 8 is 10. So I trade for a 10, now I have 0 ones, and I trade for a 10 going here. 6, 7, 8, plus 1, 18 days left. And look at the temperature today, 46 again to start my day. 3 days in a row, same temperature. So we're staying very consistent so far this week. Gets warm in the afternoon though, so that's been fun. All right, I wanted to talk with you for a moment about national symbols. So we've been talking about national symbols. There are also songs that are associated with our country that also symbolize America. So one of them is the national anthem, and if you've been to any ball games, you would hear that at the start of them. So the national anthem is a song that symbolizes our country. Another one is called You're a Grand Old Flag, and that song was written to honor the flag of the United States. So if you're interested in hearing either one of those, you could listen to those songs and just hear what the thoughts were about our country or about our flag being a grand old flag. 2 songs, especially when we hit the month of June, we'll have Flag Day coming up. Speaking of flags, have you made your family flag yet? So I haven't made mine yet because I've been observing all week thinking about what would I put on the flag to represent my family. So I haven't made it yet, but hopefully I'll make it today and I'll have it to share with you tomorrow so you can see what I was thinking about for my family's flag and the things that matter to us. Keep sharing yours though because I love seeing your ideas. It helps give me some ideas. We started talking about measurement, and if you've been following along at home, we've been talking about ways to measure. I know some of you found spoons in your house and you used those to measure things. Some of you are measuring with other items that were the same. So the important thing when we measure is that we choose items that are the same length if these are going to be the things we measure with. And why do we go end to end? Well, if I'm measuring something like this board and I start here on the end and I leave a gap and call that 2, I miss that whole area of measurement. So that is not the way we want it to be. We want to line them right up. Why do we want the tools to be the same if I'm using a piece of something to measure? Well, because if I chose to measure with these 2, they're different lengths. So I'm not going to get a true number, which is why ultimately they went from using non-standard measurement to standard measurement. They went from using these measuring with hands or measuring with feet or whatever tools they were using that weren't standard to something called standard measurement. And that's how we use our inches on our ruler now, or we use our yardstick, our feet. So I do always like to point out to you a real life problem and why we're learning. Because we're not just learning because we want to know how many popsicle sticks long or how many toothpicks or Q-tips long something is. We are learning because there's a reason for our real world. Everything we learn is not just for learning. It's because someday we're going to need what we're learning to use out in the real world. Same way when you planned your party and you organized your fruit party, you needed to know how much food and the kinds of fruit to have for people. There's a reason for everything that we learn. There's a reason for measuring. So this is my real life story and I'm going to ask you to solve it today. Yesterday I planted my flowers in my new flower bed. And my new flower bed has perennials in it, and I don't want Rosie and Duke running across or digging. So I need to keep them out. So I went out this morning and I went out with something called a tape measure. And many of you have them in your homes. They roll out. I apologize that I don't have one today, but I will bring one tomorrow. It's a tape measure and it gets extended out and it's measured in inches and feet. So I went out today and I measured my flower bed because I need to buy some pieces of fencing so the dogs don't run through it. So I measured today, it was 5 feet on one side, 4 feet on the other side, 3 feet on this side, and 4 feet on this side. So you can see the shape of my flower bed. And in here are my flowers. So I need to get a little fence. I wasn't worried about the height because I know the height roughly would be about up to my waist. So that I wasn't worried about. But I need to know how much fencing to buy. So I measured each side. And today I want you to add together for me 5. I'm going to move this over so I can make a nice long number model. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 more. What's my total going to be? 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 more. And my unit of measure is feet. So how many feet of fencing total do I need to get? And if you could let me know that today before later on or early evening when I go to get that fencing, it would be really nice to know the number. So I want you to help me today. How much fencing do I need for my brand new flower bed? Alrighty, you've got some work to do today. Bernard and I are going to say goodbye for now. We will see you tomorrow for a fabulous Friday. Get outside and play. Until then, keep a picture in your pocket, a poem in your head, and I will do the same. I'll talk to you later.